In the dimly lit archives of the university's East Wing, Kaida navigated through rows of shelved books, her eyes scanning the labels as she searched for the last remaining copy of The Temporal Mechanics by Jules de Forges. It was an obscure text, one that had been out of print since the 1950s, but crucial to her research on temporal anomalies. Kaida's fingers brushed against the spine of a nearby tome, and as she drew it back into view, she felt an unsettling jolt. She set the book down on a nearby reading table, smoothing out the pages with a practiced hand. Her gaze wandered to the adjacent shelf, where a single volume sat askew from its neighbors, as if it had been recently disturbed. The title, A Treatise on Chronal Inconsistencies, seemed familiar, but she couldn't quite place why. Kaida's eyes narrowed as she approached the misaligned book, her fingers closing around the worn leather binding like a vice. She hesitated for a moment before opening it to a random page, the scent of aged paper wafting up to greet her. The text within was a jumbled mess of scribbled notes and diagrams that defied comprehension. A faint hum began to build in Kaida's ears as she turned pages, each new entry more incomprehensible than the last. Suddenly, the air around her seemed to thicken, and the fluorescent lights above flickered in time with her racing heart. It was then that she noticed a discrepancy. On one page, an equation scribbled in pencil read 447, on another, it read 502. A creeping sense of disorientation seized Kaida as she frantically searched for consistency between the two timestamps. Her mind reeled with possibilities, but none seemed to fit. The discrepancies multiplied, each new instance blurring together into a maddening tapestry of temporal incongruities. Time itself began to warp around her, hours condensed and expanded in impossible ways. Kaida's grip on reality faltered as the hum grew louder, until it became a deafening scream that consumed all else. She stumbled backward, eyes wild with desperation, but there was no escape from the abyss of chronal disorder that yawned before her. When the lights finally steadied and the room fell silent, Kaida found herself back in front of the reading table, hands still grasping for a purchase on reality. The books had returned to their shelves, and an unsettling sense of normalcy hung in the air, but something within her had irreparably broken. As she turned to leave, a glance at her watch revealed that 5 minutes had passed since she began searching for The Temporal Mechanics. But the clock on her phone displayed 9:14 p.m. Kaida's steps faltered as she descended into darkness, the abyss of chronal disorder yawning open once more, and this time, with no escape in sight.